Hello friends, I hope you all are safe at your home with your parents. And in previous lecture we have taken a transfer of share, duties of secretary regarding the transfer of share. And in between we have taken a live lecture for the same. And that's why we are going to start a new chapter, that is of the debenture. And I hope if you are not able to learn that particular topic at that time you can ask me, but it's very quite easy and simplest form of the topic regarding the transmission of the share, where it is the work of the totally it may converted as a legal procedure. That's why it is a transmission of share. That is this is the one kind of overview that you are getting at present. That transmission of share means wherever you have to completely go through the procedure of the legal activity. So that is the transmission of share. And if you have any doubt you can ask me. It's a very simple topic as far as the topic is concerned. So I request you all to kindly watch this video again and again. If you have any doubt you can ask me, and before that you have to read the topic in the textbook twice and thrice as per your choice. And then after you are not able to get the ideas, at that time you can ask me. So I request you all to watch the video up till the end very carefully, and if you have any doubt you can ask me for the same. Now we are going to start our new chapter, that is of the debenture. And it is very quite simplest and easy chapter as far as the all chapters are concerned. So this is the chapter where the debenture is considered. First of all, introduction. In today's modern time, when joint stock companies need capital for a long period, they issue share or debenture to raise capital. See, whenever in modern times company that is known as the joint stock companies need more capital, at that time they issue a debenture for the getting of capital, and this capital may require for the long period. Debenture means borrowed capital. Debenture means one kind of borrow capital. It is a borrowed from the public. Debenture is a document issued under the common seal of the company for raising debt and acknowledging the debt. See, debenture is a one kind of document which accept that the with accept that you have taken a debt from the public. The interest on debt raised through the debenture is paid at a predetermined rate. See, the interest is fixed on the debenture. Means if company have decided 6% interest will be given on the debenture, at that time 6% will given. For this, companies create a floating charge on the assets of the company. See, it creates a one kind of floating charge, that is not a fixed charge, that is known as the floating charge. Now the definition of the debenture. The first one is that the term debenture is derived from the Latin word debere, meaning debt. See, debenture is derived from the Latin word of debere, that is known as the debt. Thus, it can be said that the debenture is a document denoting debt of the company. See, it is a one kind of document that is known as the debt for the company. Debenture is a type of the document issued under the common seal of the company acknowledging the debt. See, this definition is given by the Sir Francis Palmer, and he says that debenture is a one kind of document which is issued under the common seal, means one kind of stamp of the company and acknowledging the debt that you have taken a debt from that particular person in so much amount. So this is known as the debenture. Debenture is a document containing acknowledgement of the indebtedness issued by the company under its common seal and giving an undertaking to repay the debt at a specified rate or at a option of the company, and in the meantime pay interest thereon at a fixed and at interval stated debenture. A document is containing one kind of acknowledgement, that is the indebtedness, means the company had taken a debt from the company, and that's why it is a one kind of document that accept that you have taken debt from the company, taken from the public for the company, and you have to repay it, and um, within a repay duration you have to give a specific interest on it on a fixed rate. See, debenture is a document issued under the common seal of the company. See, it is a one kind of document issued under the common seal. Common seal means company's stamp, which is very necessary. Next one is the acknowledging the debt of a specified amount. It is a one kind of acknowledgement that you have taken debt of a specific amount in which till the principal amount is repaid. See, that principal amount, whenever the principal amount is repaid, at that duration you have to give a interest. Interest at a specified rate is payable under the contract. It is a one kind of payable contract that you have to compulsorily pay under some amount. A charge is created on the assets of the company. See, it is a one kind of charge, one kind of assets should be created. A charge is created on assets of the company. Thus, joint stock companies established under the Company Act issued debentures for long-term capital required. See, it is a one kind of document through which you can collect a long-term capital as per your requirement. The debenture can be redeemed after a fixed period. See, say for example, company have mentioned that you have to compulsorily go through the debenture for a minimum of 10 years. See, at that time compulsorily 10 years you have to keep it with you, and after that you can redeem it. A relationship of debenture and the creditor is created between the company and the debenture holder. See, through this type of document, the one kind of relationship can be generated between the company and debenture holder. The debenture holder does not get a right to vote in the company, and he cannot participate in the management of the company. Say, in companies voting, debenture holder cannot go for it, and they cannot interfere in the company's management. But debenture holder can appoint the debenture trustees for safeguard of their interest. See, for their interest, as far as their money is concerned, they have to compulsorily can appoint a one kind of debenture trustees through which they can get their safeguard of their money. When the company goes into liquidation, the debenture holders are paid their money on a priority basis by selling the assets of the company. See, whenever company go for liquidation means to wind up the company, at that time debenture holder paid first amount for as far as debt is concerned. So on the time of liquidation, first of all debenture holder should be paid for their one kind of allotment as well as the repayment of amount. Next one is the types of debenture. For the convenience of public, the company management issues different types of debenture. See, for the company management, it is a one kind of different debentures where you have to compulsorily go through the uh, documents as well as the investment. Debenture holder gives utmost importance to the security of their money. See, for their security of money, the utmost importance should be given to the debenture holder. First one is the types of the debenture. How many types of debentures are there? At that time you have to write answer that in a 1 mark or MCQ that there are four types of debenture. First one is the mortgage, second one is the fully convertible, next one is the partly convertible, and fourth one is the non convertible. First one is the mortgage debenture. The company, by issuing the such debenture, create a charge on the assets which can be fixed charge or floating charge. See, company can issuing the such debenture create a one kind of charge through which assets which can be free charge or it is a floating charge, means that the charge is not fixed, that is the floating charge. The company has to obtain the approval of the debenture trustees of the debenture holder before taking any decision regarding these assets. See, if the company wants to sell that particular asset, at that time they have to compulsorily first of all get the permission of the debenture holder as well as the debenture trustees. At the time of liquidation, the debenture holder have the first right on the assets of the company. See, debenture holder have first right to get the repayment of the investment and for getting assets which are invested, and they have a first right for the same. Next one is the fully convertible debenture. In accordance with the agreement with debenture holders on the completion of the specified time period, these documents are converted into the equity share. See, as per the name, fully convertible means in accordance with the agreement with the company as well as the debenture holder, at that time they have after specified period they have a charge to convert it into the equity share. The company gives two options to holders. See, company gives two options to debenture holders. First one is the to redeem the debenture, means to recollect the finance. Next one is the to take the equity share of the same amount. Say for example, if you have given a taken a debenture of 10,000 rupees, at that time first option is the you will get 10,000 rupees, and second one option is that you get a equity share of amount of 10,000. If the debenture holder opt for fully convertible debenture, then his right as creditor comes to an end and he gets right as a equity shareholder. See, if they select a fully convertible debenture option, at that time their creditor right should be end and right of equity shareholders can be started, but when only they have selected fully convertible debenture option. Next one is the partly convertible debenture. Here the debenture is divided into two parts, where one part is fully convertible and the other part is non-convertible. See, here debenture have two parts. First one is the fully convertible and next one is the one part can be convertible fully and one part cannot be converted fully. Equity shares are issued against the convertible part while the non-convertible part is redeemed. See, the first part is where the equity shares can be converted and the part second one which cannot be converted. Next one is the non-convertible debenture. These debentures are not converted into equity shares. See, this debenture cannot be converted in equity share. The holders are paid their money back by redemption at the end of the specified time period. See, after specified time period, the this type of debenture holder can get that particular much amount returned back. Next one is the procedure of issue of debenture. How can the debenture can be issued? There are specific provision in the Indian Companies Act for the issue of debentures. See, in Indian Company Act there is a one kind of specific rules are there for the issue of the debenture. It is necessary to compile with all the provisions at the time of the issuing debentures. See, compile with means that means they have to compulsorily follow the rules and regulations of the Company Act. If any of this provision is not compiled with, then company concern officer of the company is liable for punishment. If any kind of rules should not be compiled or should not be observed at that time, the company's officer or company itself can be punishable. It is necessary to ensure that there should be no risk or danger to the interest of debenture holder. See, very most necessary thing is that they have to compulsorily see that there will be no risk for the debenture holder. The procedure for the issued of the debenture is as under. See, now we are going to start the procedure which can be asked in a 2 or 3 mark question. First one is the resolution by Board of Directors. First of all, provision of the debentures of articles of the company are studied. Then the resolution is passed in the meeting of Board of Directors to issue a debenture. First of all, the provision for the issue of the debenture should be observed in articles of association and studied it very carefully. And then after they have to compulsorily go through it, and the resolution should be passed in the meeting of Board of Directors. At the meeting, a decision is taken regarding the amount of the total issue, rate of interest, payment of interest, number of debenture certificate, and conditions. See, in the meeting, which one should be discussed? Very first thing, that is the decision taken regarding the amount of total issue, means how much amount debentures you are going to issue. Next one, how much interest rate should be paid on debenture, how much interest will be given, payment of interest, how the interest should be given, number of debenture certificate, how many number of debenture certificates should be issued, and the condition, what are the conditions for the issue of the debenture. Next one is the resolution by general meeting of the company. The sanction for the issue of debenture is obtained in the general meeting of the company. See, approval should be necessary for the issue of the debenture in the company's general meeting. If due to issue of debentures the debt of the company exceeds free reserve of the company, or if the debentures are to be issued for an amount exceeding the free reserve fund, then approval of the member is obtained by the convening the general meeting of the members. Means whenever if you want to issue a debenture more than the amount of the share capital or reserve fund, at that time members permission is necessary. Next one is the permission of SEBI. It is necessary to ensure that the provision of the Companies Act and guideline of the SEBI are compiled with the permission of the SEBI is obtained. So while you are issuing the debenture, at that time you have to compulsorily follow the guideline of the SEBI, and you have to also take a necessary help and necessary permission from the SEBI. Next one is the to issue a prospectus. Public limited company invite general public to subscribe to the debenture by issuing the prospectus, which is described in the contents of the debenture. Means whenever you want to issue a debenture and after getting the approval of the SEBI, then you have to compulsorily uh, issue a one kind of prospectus. For the public limited company, they have to compulsorily get a one kind of prospectus should be issued to invite a general public for the subscription. Investors study it and take decision to purchase the debt. Means first of all, they compulsorily, the investors who are wants to invest their money in the debenture, they will study the whole prospectus of the company very carefully, and then after they will go for the investment. Next one is the appointment of the trustees for debenture. For the debenture, the appointment should be given. In order to safeguard interest of the debenture holder, a debenture trust deed is prepared under the Trust Act. See, for the safeguard of interest, they are compulsorily go through the debenture trust deed under the Trust Act, and they have to compulsorily follow the rules and regulations which are mentioned in the Trust Act. The trustees for debentures are appointed in the company. See, for the safeguard of the money of the investor, means debenture holder, they can appoint a debenture trustees in the company. Next one is the agreement with underwriters. The board of directors decide to enter into an agreement with underwriter for the issue of debenture. It is done at this stage. Means agreement should be given. One kind of agreement should be given for the betterment of the company, that they will have a safeguard, for that they will take a necessary underwriters for the issuance of the debentures. The conditions are determined for both the parties. Means the condition of the agreement should be determined in both the parties, means company as well as the underwriters. To open an account with the scheduled bank, the company has to open an account with the scheduled bank to receive the application and money for the debenture. See, for the debenture money, they have to open a separate bank account in the scheduled bank for their safeguard of the money which are debt for the from the public. So company has to compulsory open a one kind of account in a scheduled bank. Next one is the registration of a in a stock exchange. If it is so stated in prospectus that the company has to apply to a recognized stock exchange for the listing of the debenture issues, so that the debentures can be traded in the market. Means if company has mentioned in a prospectus that they will go for the listing of the debentures in a recognized stock exchange, at that time they have to compulsorily go for the registration of the debenture in the stock exchange. If the stock exchange refuses to register or cancel the registration of the debenture of issue, the company has to pay back the money to the debenture holders. See, if company had mentioned that they will register their debenture in the recognized stock exchange, but stock exchange refused to register their debenture, at that time the debenture holders should be given a money back as a part of the rule, because if stock exchange denied to register the debenture in the stock exchange, at that time it is the responsibility of the company that they have to give money return back to the debenture holders. Next one is the to prepare allotment register for debenture. After the conclusion, after the closure of the subscription as specified in the prospectus, the company secretary has to prepare a register on basis of application received. After getting the registration received by the company, a decision regarding the allotment of debenture is taken in the meeting of board of director. See, if you have decided and subscription is over, at that time you have to compulsorily go through the decision after the taken in the meeting of board of directors. After deciding the allotment of the debenture, the process of remittance of the debenture certificate is commenced. Means the allotment of the debenture certificate should begin after the completion of the allotment. Next one is the debenture certificate. If the subscription to the debentures is to be made through a part payment of the debenture money, then after receiving the full amount towards the debenture allotted, the company secretary prepares the debenture certificate. See, after subscription and the procedure should be over, at that time, after that company, after getting the payment full, at that time the company secretary prepares a debenture certificate, and after that, in accordance with the provision of the Companies Act, dispatch the certificate to debenture holders, and after that they have to compulsorily the get the debenture certificate to the debenture holders. After preparing the debenture certificates, company secretary go through the procedure for the allotment of the certificate to the debenture holders. So in today's lecture we will keep it over here, and today we have learned about the debenture, that is the one kind of document through which the company can get the debt from the general public, and they can get the finance for the long term, and it is a one kind of procedure through which the company can decide to allotment of the money as well as their uh, management as well as their development. So this is the very useful procedure as far as the procedure is concerned, and this is the document through which can public can get the uh, investment, and the company can get the long term finance for the betterment of the company. So these are the basic rules and the procedure for the same, that is very important in the very necessary part, and through which you have to learn that how can the debenture certificate can be issued and the debenture can be issued. First of all, that they have to get a resolution in board of directors, resolution in the general meeting of the company, permission of the SEBI, the issue of prospectus, appointment of trustee of debentures, agreement with underwriters to open an account with the scheduled bank, registration in stock exchange, prepare allotment registration for debenture, and debenture certificate should be prepared. And this procedure can be asked in a 2 or 3 mark questions. So you have to mark it up while you are study and preparation is going on. So while you are preparing at that time, it will be very more useful for your study is concerned. So I request you all to kindly watch the videos very carefully up till the And thank you very much.